people out of the country and considering the Europeans original Americans when they are not. When they are not. You can look up the definition of original American and it will tell you various copper-skinned races of people found here on the landmass of the Americas. And there's not just one landmass of America. There's a North America, and there's a South America, and there's a Central America. And here's a list of those people that are included. Moorish Americans, Hebrew Americans, Native Americans, Argentinians, Bohemians, Barbadians, Bolivians, Brazilians, Chileans, Colombians, Costa Ricans, Cuban Dominicans, Ecuadorians, El Salvador. Not to be confused with nationalized, because a national man is the original man from the land. Naturalized means you come over to the land and become a naturalized citizen of that land. Then you have your subjects. The subjects of the law always remain a subject to either union states, union colonies, or conjoined states. Because you have to remember that the District of Columbia is only the District of Columbia is only a 10-mile radius of land right there in Washington, D.C., and that's where the corporation stays. It has no jurisdiction further than that.
Yeah.
Then you have your foreigners, which are the aliens that come here and remain on alien status with visas. See, we as the people have forgotten the time which we actually had a nationality. And everyone is under the belief that African American is a nationality, when African American is not. There is no such thing. Anyone that comes from Africa, I'll give you a great example. A Nigerian that comes to America that becomes naturalized as a citizen in America is a Nigerian American. If he came from Kenya, he's a Kenyan American. If he came from Ghana, he's a Ghanaian American. He is always going to keep the national status of the people that he comes from. Now, you give me one example of, let's see, a place that's named in the world after black people, because I haven't found it, and I've been trying to find it. There's no Blackadonia, there's no Blackanesia, there's no black anything. Everyone has a nationality. Indeed, the Constitution, you cannot be stripped or deprived of the right to claim one. That's correct. You never drop your nationality. Whenever you have a nationality, it always refers you back to the nation of people in which you come from.
Okay. So, but then, like, what would that? Because as I remember when I was reading, you know, the prophet words, he said that all we have to do is just enforce the Constitution. So, what is that about? Because
okay, the Constitution, the organic Constitution of 1791, clearly states, okay, that no one of African origin or the descendants of the Aborigines can be considered citizens. So if you can't be a citizen, or you're not granted the right to citizens, then what are you? You're the national man on the land. And the national man on the land is the natural man on the land. He's an aborigine. people of that land mass. He does not have to have citizenship because it is the land in which he comes from. And if you come from the land, then the resources of the land are of you. And this must be understood by our people, because once you understand that you're the national man on the land and the resources come from you, then why are you paying for the resources when they should be just granted access for you to utilize? Everyone has come here and has stripped the natural people of the resources of the land and began to sell the resources and make the resources a commodity. If anyone should be paying for the resources of this landmass, it is every other individual that comes here that is not a national being of this land.
Okay. I'm getting it a little by little. So if that's the case, then why do we have to go directly to them and update the status? Isn't that recontracting back with them?
No, it's not. No, it's not. Let me help you understand. Since the time period of the Christian Black Slave Codes of 1724, everyone has a Christian name. Now, can you relate yourself back to your original family name? No, you cannot if you don't remember it. And over the 400 years of time, since they have taken the people from the land and took them down to the Jamaicas and the Bahamas and the West African coast to start buckle breaking and actually wiping the knowledge and history of the people that they come from their minds, to bring them back to the land and then apply new names to consider them Africans, Negroes, coloreds, black. All names are which are brought here by the Europeans. Because the only black peoples on this land are actually the Europeans. The word black means to bleach, means to whiten, means to expose to extreme portions or amounts of sun. It also means pale, wan, livid. Are you pale?
Nope.
Can you be wan? Because you are most certainly not livid, because livid is almost translucent where I can see your blood flowing through your flesh. You can't see that in anyone of copper color.
That's true.
They have scrutinized the people here in this country to the point where, over a 400-year period of time, systematically through the television and through the radio and through the media, our children don't even know of the people that they come from. Then they give you 28 days a month and consider it black history. Well, let me help you explain. Black means civilly dead in the eyes of the law. Civil liter, mortus.
Okay.
So once you begin to refer to yourself as something that is civilly dead in the eyes of the law, then you don't get a voice. But if you refer back to the indigenous man, then you are self-determined via the United Nations Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People, and you can't tell a self-determined man that's an indigenous man what he cannot do, or who he can and cannot represent, or what he can say he wants to be, because he gets to provide his own status via the United Nations Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People, as well as the Constitution. The Constitution supports that. Every man is created equal. Every man is created equal. And you have to remember that our forefathers that actually put up the fight and taken the opportunity to partake in the writing of this document, they specifically put it in there to reference you back to lots of these laws that are not divine principles do not apply to you.
Okay. So let's say if the brothers and sisters obviously watch this and this, okay, we're gonna go change our status. So doesn't that mean that the codes and ordinances apply to them, right? Because now they just change.
Before you change your nationality, okay? Before you proclaim your nationality, without a nationality, you are a subject of the law. Because you are being considered Negro, black, colored, African American via the Christian Black Slave Codes of 1724 and the Negro Act of 1724. If you do not claim your nationality, then you're not a national man, and you will remain the subject of the law within the realms of the law that is being provided to you. Because if you understood that you are an aboriginal, because we are the aborigines of the Americas. We are the aborigines of America, just like you got aborigines in Australia, and you got all of the national people in Africa. Because when you go to Africa, everyone has a nation. They either have a nation that they come from, or they have a tribe. And I'll give you a brief description of a tribe. What is Shaka Zulu? What tribe is he from?
I forgot. I won't lie.
The Zulu.
The Zulu tribe, yeah.
That's right. That's right. When you step off of this land, everyone in the world knows exactly who you are. Exactly who you are. But because you're not in reference to yourself as to the person that you are, you're not respected.
Okay. Okay.
And see, the only way that you can correct the status is to go into the system that improperly inputs the status in to begin with.
Means that I'll have to now go like to the DMV and like get a place from there. Like what that means, I'll have to follow all the rules and regulations.
Let me explain something to you. After you become the national man on the land and you claim your status as to who you are, you don't go to the DMV to get anything. You don't go to the DMV. Why would you go to the DMV? Driver's licenses are in infraction to a man's birthright. If you are already a national man on this land, if you are already traveling before the existence of a license, which is a privilege, you're not going to give me a privilege to what I already have a birthright to do. This is what is not understood by our people. While everybody wants to go in, I need to get a license to do this. I need to get a license to do that. Before the Europeans got here, did you have to have a license to fish?
No.
Did you have to have a license to travel or walk down the street? Did you have to have a license for everything? No, you did not, because we are the national people. And as long as our people keep coming in there and participating in the European man's way of life, who does not belong here in this country, via the 1870 Nationalization Act, because it gave no Asian or no European the right to be here, they just slumped it over. And then they compiled information on top of it to hide it. You don't go and get licenses for the privileges that you are already granted via the Constitution.
Okay. So that means that all technically, like, all we do is just update our status, and from there we
That's
could do
right.
whatever we want to do after that.
Basically, because when you are considered an indigenous person, indigenous people have the right to self-determination. That means if I want to call myself a doctor, I could call myself a doctor. If I want to call myself a lawyer, I could call myself a lawyer. If I want to stand in and speak for my people because you just intend to infringe upon them at no point of stopping, I get to stand in and speak for my people to keep you from infringing upon them. Yes, I get to do that. That's self-determination. See, a lot of these people that are just coming into this, they need to read the Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People. They need to read the Peace and Treaty Friendship of Morocco signed at Mechanism, because you must understand. I'll give
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
glad you asking all of these questions, brother, because I got answers. See,
So,
when you undo your status, right?
yeah.
The person that disrupted the status in the begin with was the Secretary of State of each state. And he did not always have that title. There was a time when the Secretary of State was the chief of charge titles. He was the overseer of every nobleman birthed on this land so that that nobleman could be recognized. To be a nobleman, that means that you are of a royal bloodline, does it not?
Yeah.
That is the reason that they did away with his title. There are no more consular courts inside of the United States of America's government. Because if there were, I could go to a consular court and you would have to judge me by a jury of my peers, which means you would have to have other Moorish Americans or other indigenous people sitting there on the bench as the jury. You don't see that. When you go to the courtroom, those are black people. They don't have nationality. They're not national people. And the other people that are sitting there are Europeans. Even though they're telling you that they're, I'm an American. You tell me you're an American, I'm going to ask you what makes you an American. Because if you're not willing to put up the same fight for justice that I'm willing to put up, and you're walking in that pale skin, you are just as European as all the rest of the people from Europe. Originally.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Okay.
And you don't see, and I'll give you a great example. When's the last time you ever went to the courtroom and you saw a judge sit on the bench with a fez on his head in copper flesh?
Well, not with the fast. I've never seen any with the fast.
Well, listen, don't tell me about the black man that you're looking at sitting on the bench, because he's just as civilly dead as all the rest of the people out here that do not have a nationality. Don't tell me about the Shriner or the Mason that's actually sitting there, because once he becomes a Mason, he doesn't get the right to claim his nationality. He has to keep that a secret from the rest of the brothers that have not claimed their nationality. That's a Masonic order. That's not a national order.
Okay, so I'm trying to I'm trying to understand now. So so
okay? You don't see brothers and sisters backing one another and teaching one another. We would have our own schools. We would teach our own children. We would show our children how to plant their crops. We would show our children how to do all of the trades that we know how to do, from welding to manufacturing cars to even repairing cars. We would show our children how to cut hair. We would show our children how to teach the arts, how to read the arts. We would show our own children how to do just about everything that we know how to do, and instead of them learning it from someone that we cannot trust, because if they were going to teach the Aboriginal child his heritage, they would already have done it by now. That is not a part of the agenda.
No,
We was making a part of our agenda to teach them their heritage and their culture as to where they come from, so that they can relate themselves back to the people and their ancestors.
No, that's true. That's true. They're not.
You say, you got a lot of people that say Black history. I don't say Black history. I say American history, because American history is applied to various copper-colored natives from the original land mass of the Americas, North, South, and Central.
No, you're right. So then, if you what would be one thing that you would like tell the people? Because there's still I hope this does clarify everything. There's still maybe like a lot of iffiness about this. I had like 1 or 2 brothers who have a social security, but they don't have. I think they said their birth certificates in their own country.
You don't need a birth certificate. All you need is a record of live birth. If anyone is born on this land mass of America, doesn't matter which part, anytime you were born in a hospital, there is a record of live birth. There's a record of live birth. Change the name.
Okay. So the record of live birth can be pulled by them.
That's right. I don't care what state you're in. I don't care what state you're in. You never needed a birth certificate to walk into the Social Security Administration for them to sign your record of live birth. All you need is your name, the whole name that you went by, and the whole identification, because they're going to want to verify. You're going to give them that whole identification with that court document. They're going to go on the computer, they're going to find it, and your record of live birth is going to pull right up to the 2 guys that brought you into existence.
Okay. I mean, so far, it sounds, it adds up. Because often when people tell me about this, it often doesn't add up. 1 plus 1 doesn't equals 2. So it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Thank you again, for coming on. My computer died pretty fast. This is online, and your information is on it. So you mind going into details of who you are, what you do, so everybody if they want to reach you.
That's beautiful, brother, and thank you for asking. My name is Walik Abraham Bey, Emperor Asher. I am Emperor Asher of this landmass.
Yeah.
I am one of many Moorish American nationals on the land that are trying to wake the people up right now and help them claim their nationality. If anyone wants to contact me, please place my information on there. The Moorish National Federal Republic Government is out everywhere trying to help people claim their national status right now. And I have also brought in a joint with me, the Numai Aboriginal Tribal Nation that is up under Emperor Muad'Dib, and he is also co-align with myself in this fight and this push to help everyone claim their nationality. So either portion or either side of the government you want to go to, we are all connected, and we can hurry expediently nationalize you. There's a website you can go to moorish.org. That's NUMOORISH.org. And you can go in there and you can begin to start to break down what your nationality is, because the resources are there on the website, and it will relate you all the way back to your ancestral background as to where you come from, so that you can understand why it is so important for you to have your nationality.
Okay, everybody. So you heard that. So definitely go check it out. This is the Emperor speaking right here. So go check it out. See what's up. Obviously we all got to get nationalized. So if you guys have any questions at all, or if you guys want the Emperor to come back on next time, you just leave a comment below. Yeah. So technically that's about it. Thank you so much, Emperor Waleed.
You make sure that you send me your information so that I can get you your nationalization documentation, and so that I can hurry up and make your process expedient.
Okay, bet. I have already nationalized though.
Really?
Yeah.
You got your documentation, so do you have your identification?
Well, yeah, I have documentation. I nationalized with USAR.
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
glad to know that I got some of my brothers out there helping me. So you familiar with the brother Travis Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my buddy. Much love and respect, brother.
Thank you. It's fine. But no, yeah, I nationalized. I just didn't know about, 'cause I thought when you nationalize, like, it just means that you're now just leaving them behind, and actually getting, because I was on the way of getting USAR driver license and USAR driver plate. A brother there.
That's all from your family. That is all from your family. You
Yeah.
get that. That comes from your family.
Okay.
That's the family of people that you are attached to.
Yeah.
And it is most certainly valid. And I'm glad you said that. Each and every nation that you go to of Moorish Americans, they have their own documentation. We don't have the de facto documentation.
Okay. Yeah, I get it, but I heard. So I mean, since I was doing that, then I was thinking of turning up the so contacting Social Security Administrator and actually hitting them up and saying, listen, I don't want this. I don't want to be an agent to an agent for. So you guys could turn up your Social Security, or you guys. Anytime you're ready, I could send it back to you guys. Thank you so much. That was the plan that I was trying to do. Just to cut it off. Then from there, go to USAR, get their plates and driver license. And then from there, I'm just chilling.
That's right. But so you did do a corporate dissolution?
Yeah. I don't know. I just did all the paperwork. They sent me just to print it out, sign. Put your name. I said, okay, cool. I read a couple. And then the oath, and I said the oath, put my fingerprint on it, and sent it all in. And they said, okay, cool. They said, now you're a part of it. Now you gotta study civics, and once you study civics, just request a identity nationality card and a driver license. I'm not driver license. Driver license, and also get the plate. Then you'll be fine. I said, all right, cool. That's nice.
That's right. And you make sure you put USAR on the map. Everybody that's a U, capital S, capital A, capital R. That's under the brother Christopher Cannon Bay. He's the president of that organization. That organization is an organization of national people. There are private national organizations.
Okay.
You make sure you speak highly of the organization that you come from, because they are highly respected on my behalf.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I definitely speak highly of it, because I know a couple brothers and sisters from it. We talk on a daily basis. Well, yeah, you know, that's about it. This is the Emperor Walik, and this is now Nabo, or Ahmed Silla L. You know, so if you guys, you know, like this, you know, leave a like and a comment. If you guys again want the Emperor to come back, leave a comment, and you know, I could definitely get back in touch with him. Also, he's on Facebook, so just, you know, type in Walik Ibrahim Bey, and you'll definitely find him on Facebook as well. Well, okay, Emperor. Thank you for taking the time out to talking today.
Most
And
certainly.
definitely, and Islam.
Peace and love, brother.
Peace and love.